Well, welcome. It's Hank Weena Band. Hank Weena here. And we're at the short story perspective of the Hank Weena Band. You know, Hank Weena Band is poetry, short story, attempted comedy, you know. Try to write comedy. It's pretty tough. And today's February the 2nd, 2025, out here in the Sierras. Finally a little rain and getting down to it. This piece is called The Smile. I'm just going to get right into it. Con su permiso. Let's get right into it. Oh yeah. An Irish song it is. Oh yeah. The fact that Mr. Nez was from the Far East has no bearing. No bearing! Or maybe just a little. Just a little. For many years he owned and operated a small town bookstore, late gray Victorian, with the great masters of thought carved on the huge tablets of pine and oak, hung above, slightly dulled over the years by Father Time, and all hung on little chains. You can imagine little pieces of wood hung on chains around the bookstore, where they chimed the northeast blast of their respective ideas, broadcasting the souls of all. Now I was struggling with using that word soul. Well, I don't want to get into that. Whether there is a soul or not a soul. We'll continue with that. He ran the store with love and with efficiency. Tune in that word efficiency. The clerks were punctual and friendly, and they all had worked together as one, making it all a haven, a central station for the golden thoughts. The business was a success, a humble success, but a success. But they all knew the abhorrence Mr. Nez had for dirtiness and sloppiness, and none dared to challenge his anger. So it was with great astonishment that day, when a great gust of wind blew in a ton of brightly colored leaves throughout the store, the crews scampered about for a broom and dustpan or whatever they can to clean up the mess. But Mr. Nez yelled out, "Wait!" Then he opened the door as wide as possible, sat down, and watched even more leaves blow in. Then he began to smile, an elusive smile. By the way, Mr. Nez is Zen backwards, so you bump around with that and have some fun. Signing off.